More than 300 players have battled through 33 weeks to get their hands on this, the Stones Better Championship trophy. Its destiny will be decided today. It's the title holders, Widnes, versus the cup holders, Wigan, and the winners will be the league champions. The Wigan players arrived, clearly tense, their minds on the game, understandably not wanting to talk. We did hear, though, from Widnes.
We're looking forward to the game. It was a great atmosphere for the game. Obviously, we feel we can win, like, if we do the things correctly, like, but Wigan are a great side, like, you know, so it's going to be a great contest, I think.
They'd all been on the last match like this, and, you know, both teams have had such a good season, and to end like this is really tremendous, you know, it's a tremendous day for Widnes fans and Wigan fans.
We were a bit nervous about the record, so we're not going to take it easy. We're going out there to win.
Runaway champions last year, Widnes have rarely been out of the top three this time. By mid-season, they were reaching for top gear and ran up 50 points against the team in 5th place, Salford.
Tony Myler, this is thrilling, and Tony Myler streaks in with a really popular try.
That January day also saw Jonathan Davis in a rugby league shirt for the first time. But the brightest star in the Widnes team of stars has once again been Martin O'Fire. They still criticise his defence. It hardly seems to matter when his attack is so devastating. Here, high-kicking his way to his 50th try of the season. As we entered April, Widnes appeared to be coasting it. They'd just gone top of the league for the first time, and they had plenty of games in hand. But a muddy defeat at home to Bradford brought signs of vulnerability. And when Hull outplayed them at the Boulevard 3 days later, they were in danger of throwing the season away. But they bounced back to set up today's climax with victory at Castleford.
They will not stop the Tongans.
There have been even more twists to Wigan's season. Back in October, they were even dumped into the bottom half of the table by defeat at the hands of Leeds.
And he's got the ball back to beat, and he's got Robin Whitfield to beat as well. It's try number 4 for Gary Schofield.
And they were down to 8th again in November when Salford's exuberance was too much for them.
And Shaw's going to score for Salford.
The defeat at the Willows proved, in a way, a turning point. Since then, in 5 months, Wigan have lost just 1 match. And this despite Andy Gregory refusing to play. He returned against Leeds.
Hanley's going, and Hanley might just get all the way. Hanley, is he there? Yes, the referee points.
As the season entered its final furlong, the sound of Wigan's hooves was getting louder and louder behind the front runners from Norton Park. And Wigan weren't just winning, they were doing it in style. A flowing 80-yard move against Salford finished off here by Mark Preston. And so to last Wednesday night, with victory needed against the old rival St Helens to keep the championship race going to today's final. They did it, of course.
Andy Gregory is with me. Andy, tremendous atmosphere here. Are you confident despite the injuries?
Yeah, you have to be, you know, we've been playing well, you know, like Sean's got an unfortunate injury, same ankle as like what I have, and but, you know, the lads are, you know, confident in the, you know, they know what they've got to do. They've got to get out there and tackle Widnes, put Widnes down, stop Widnes from throwing the ball a bit. The Widnes have got bags of players, so, you know, we know what we've got to do, and Graham Lowe's drilled into them, and hopefully, you know, they'll do it for the 80 minutes.
Now, Tony Myler's also got to sit out and watch this from an injured position. Tony, do you think the Wigan injuries will help Widnes today?
Obviously, the injuries that have happened out at Wigan are going to help us, especially 2 players, centre field, with Sean and Andy missing. Hopefully, we can capitalise on that. They've obviously not got the same play organisers in there, so hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of it.
Well, let's pick up that Wigan team news. Joe Lydon is back in the centre. Ellery Hanley reverts to standoff. And with both Andy and Sean Edwards out with ankle injuries, the versatile Jed Byrne gets the vital role at scrum half. Widnes have better news on the injury front. Jonathan Davis has recovered from a dead leg. His kicking could be important today. David Hume is also fit again to partner his brother at half-back. And Phil McKenzie is back from a calf injury. And now a part of the day that has been changed to reflect yesterday's events at Hillsborough. The crowd have been warned that there will be a minute's silence in honour of those who died. The players being called to the centre of the pitch. And the crowd have been asked to be quiet for a minute's silence.
There surely has never been an end to a season like this one, and from the kick, Andy Currier putting the ball straight out of play. Maybe a sign of nerves, that, David?
Well, that's where it could be. Supercharged atmosphere here this afternoon. Everything to play for by both sides. Very interesting, and everybody in anticipation is looking forward to a first-class match.
And it really is winner take all. John Holdsworth from Kippax, one of the top officials in the game. My goodness, a game like this needs a top official. Lucas. I know Graham Lowe, a fortnight ago, was saying that he shuddered to think of these two sides meeting with the championship at stake, and that's exactly the way it's worked out. But Wigan have got a try in the first seconds of the game from Andy Platt. What a start for Wigan. Platt hasn't scored a try in the last 26 matches. What a time to choose to get back on the try trail.
Well, with hardly any time at all, Platt surges towards the Widnes line, catches the defence unawares, early on nerves. What a try. Well, Wigan wanted a good start. Platt picks the ball up from acting half-back, breaks a very feeble Widnes defence and crosses in the first minute.
And the goal from Joe Lydon gives Wigan 6 points in the first 60 seconds. 6-0, and the game couldn't have asked for a more sensational start. There's so much expected of Widnes in front of their own fans. They are the champions. They're trying to hold on to their title. Richard Ayres. But Wigan have a superb defensive record, but they've gone offside here. Adrian Shelford was the man. So Widnes, they'll ask Jonathan Davis now to try and put them on the score sheet. There's no doubt Widnes were caught cold in that first minute by Andy Platt, which makes it doubly imperative for Davis to get the first points for Widnes here. He's got a good kicking record since he came into rugby league. Just a couple of little side steps, a little shuffle, a bit of concentration. And he's missed it. Rifled it wide of that left upright. And he's now got to steady himself and serve Widnes and keep their concentration. So Tate's turn to kick. And Curry would be offside if he picked it up. Bounced away from Mark Preston. And Curry has him. Well, we can expect the tackles to be hot, and what's more, Curry has done even better. He's taken the ball from Preston's grasp. And again, Wigan have strayed offside. Referee Holdsworth very smart and on the spot there. So Davies will have a second go from the opposite side. So here's Jonathan Davis. And again he's missed. Didn't even reach the try line. And there's Dean Bell for Wigan. So Widnes really have to show the true mettle of champions now. 6 points down and without the influential David Hugh.
Yes, well, he is that kind of guy. He makes Widnes tick. He can make breaks from acting half-back. He's a tremendously good tackler as well, and it's sad to see him leave the field.
Shelford. And he looks as though he's still going to get that pass away. Is he? He's taken it. They're all around him now. Just didn't want to stay down. Oof, Hanley somehow taking it off his bootlaces. Finding Bell, and there's a space here. Hampson out for Tony Iro. Knows only too well that it was a forward pass anyway. I don't think any of us expected it to be pretty exactly this afternoon because of the tension involved, and it's another penalty given away by Wigan. And certainly Widnes in the opening quarter of an hour had no chance to put their game together.
No, they haven't, and obviously the knock to David Hume hasn't helped their cause. But it's easy now. Wigan are that type of side. They settle down quite easily. They play well as a team together, and it's interesting to see exactly what Widnes can do.
Martin Afire shows it and sets off. Good running from Afire from the first play of the ball. Well, they know all about him. Mackenzie used O'Neill as a dummy and then brought in Richard Ayres. Paul Hume, Dowd for Currier. Andy Currier is in a really good try-scoring vein at the moment. We've seen him score twice in the last week. Grimmer. Lucas and Shelford, two props clinging onto him. Paul Hume, Sorensen looking for that gap, and Ayres. Away for Sorensen once more. They've kept it going. Dowd just managed to hold on there. Alan Tate has got support here from Martin Afire, and Afire's in the corner! Yes, oh yes! Well-worked try. Afire's 50th of the season for Widnes, and it's given them something to cheer. What a joyful moment for Martin Afire.
Well, Widnes have come back as one would want them to in this circumstance. They are down, but they move the ball out wide. Some intricate passing infield here, and only Sorensen to clean up a bad pass, throws it back to Dowd. Dowd nearly drops the pass, but comes round and skirts the Wigan defence and brings in Alan Tate. His strong running has been a feature all season. Afire dances as only he can, takes the cover and scores a try.
And he certainly knew the route to the line there. He's only ever scored once before against Wigan. So, right out on touch, as you can see. Jonathan Davis with the chance to bring the scores level. And again, it's sliced across the face of goal. So it's 0 out of 3 for Jonathan Davis. But at least Afire's try has put Widnes on the scoreboard. They still trail 4-6. We've had 25 minutes, we've had 2 tries, one of them from this man Afire, who's trying to go on the outside of Tony Iro. Let's scope that way. More here for Darren Wright. Well, it's the handover, what a place for it to happen. Wigan inside, Widnes is 25. Widnes are out quickly as the ball goes from Shelford to Potter. Coming up here, Lydon, and Leiden's got support on his outside. He's trying to do it on his own, Joe Lydon. He'd got both Hampson and Preston outside him. Chose not to use them. But encouraging moments these for Wigan. Jed Byrne, Hanley. Oh, and it's got knocked down now. If Afire, he couldn't just pick it up before Bell dived up. But there'll be another 6 tackles. Goodway, Andy Goodway could well get a try. A brilliant opportunist try from Andy Goodway. He scored here last season and he's done it again this time. But you've got to ask questions about Widnes' tackling.
Well, Wigan has spent a lot of the time tackling, but Goodway sets off himself here. 3 defenders, Afire lets him slip. And he steps inside Tate at full-back with consummate ease and crosses for a great try.
So Andy Goodway has got a great try-scoring record for this club. Since he joined them from Oldham, it's only his 4th try of this season, but he scored plenty last time. He's had his injury problems, of course, this season, as is this man, Joe Lydon, who's recovered from a stomach injury. To kick goals like that. Excellent kick once more from Joe Lydon. And Wigan at 12-4, stretching their lead. And They couldn't have come here, of course, to Norton Park at a better time, Wigan, with that marvellous recent record. You've got to go back to a home game against Hull for their last defeat, and the last time they were beaten away from home was at Salford on Scrumdown. 10 minutes of the half to go as Shelford finds Preston, who switched wings with Tony Iro. This time Byrne chips through. Tate. Again, Hanley is the first man up to confront him. Tate has got wide of Hanley. He can't get past Lydon, though. Widnes really are looking for inspiration from somebody. Now O'Neill has had a couple of barging runs, but this time it's just knocked out of his grasp. But a penalty is awarded against Dean Bell, and it's gone to Widnes.
Well, that was a little indiscipline there by Dean Bell, because they'd already thwarted the thrust of O'Neill by knocking the ball to his hands. But he interfered with the player as well, and the referee caught him and penalised him.
Widnes have clawed their way back into the game once in this half. They've got to do it all over again. The ball's spun away from Grigger's grasp to Mackenzie there. Mackenzie running well, gets it inside, and Darren Wright will be looking for a fire once more. He did the right thing to hold on there. Mackenzie switches the point of attack. Now then, can Widnes get a second try here? They're storming forward. Colotto, Tate, Carrier. Oh, the ball's out of the grasp, but there's going to be no try there. They certainly had their chance.
Well, that was a lightning move. That was a complete contrast. They got down in the Wigan half, caught the Wigan defence, then a little relaxed, moved it out as wide as they possibly could, and only bad handling let them down in the end.
David Hume sadly going away to the dressing room, and I don't think he's going to take any further part in the game. Oh, Hume from lying down managed to get that ball in, and here's a chance to run down. Well, they've had a few sporadic bursts through the middle, and that one was by Wright. A lotto for O'Neill, and again Wigan do mass their defence so well. Doesn't seem to be a way through at all for Widnes at the moment. And there's no doubt they are going to miss David Hume.
Oh yes, I mean, he's such an influential character at half-back. I mean, he can turn matches with a pass or a quick run, and that will obviously be missed at half-back. He's such a crucial position in this game.
From half-time, Tate again as well with the pass. They're throwing the ball around, there's no doubt about that. Tate along the one for Colotto. Colotto inside O'Neill. O'Neill manages to get away from Goodway. Once more, it's out of the hand. Big kick to head. It's going to be a try for Martin Fire. The referee said play on. The Fire picked it up, went over behind the post. The referee awards the try. Well, there was a lot of fortune in that, because O'Neill had lost the ball, but Widnes profited in the end.
Well, they tried everything against this defence, and it's held firm all the time. They bring it back inside with Dowd trying to make his way down the middle, upended by a tackle. It's here that Tate starts the ball out again and takes the pass on the loop around. Throws out a long ball himself. And this is really basketball stuff now by a Widnes side. O'Neill now deciding to straighten the whole thing up. He's knocked down the tackle. Now this is where hesitancy in defence makes all the difference. The Wigan side stopped for seconds. Martin O'Fire didn't, picked it up and scored.
The try for O'Fire, and the first goal of the afternoon for Davis makes it Widnes 10, Wigan 12, just seconds before the interval, and how vital that well might be.
Well, that was really at the right time as far as they were concerned. I know all times are the right time, but really just before half-time it looked as if there was no way through the Wigan defence. They made it and scored points as well at the same time. Well, they've tried everything here. It's a little basketball comes into it. They move the ball always. There doesn't seem to be any way through. Tate trying to go on the outside, comes back around. Throws it out this time to O'Neill taking it inside. O'Neill straightens up for the first time, but the tackler loses the ball, goes free, slight hesitant defence. Ofaya sweeps from nowhere, picks it up and scores a try.
Well, there will be questions asked about that try, I have no doubt at all, as the two teams go off for a well-earned breather at half-time. It's Widnes 10, Wigan 12. Platten Goodway getting those two tries for Wigan, and Martin Ofaya, two really important ones for Widnes. But those two goals from line against one from Davis give Wigan the advantage at half-time. Join us for the second half after this break. Welcome back to Norton Park, to the last 40 minutes of an exciting Stonesbridge Championship season. Everything to play for, no question about that, with Wigan leading here at Widnes by 12 points to 10. Let's just nip down to the touchline to Nick.
Dougie, all tries are important, but that was a particularly good time to score on just before half-time, wasn't it?
We've got a lot of injuries though, we're struggling a bit.
What have you said to them at half-time?
Well, mainly I've had to sort out the side. We've got about 3 bad injuries, but we'll be all right. We'll give them a go.
Thanks very much indeed, Doug. Here's John Helm as the second half gets underway.
I thought Dougie Lawton looked a worried man there, and 3 major injuries. That's obviously unsettling.
Well, it is. It looks as if one doesn't know how the hooker is, Phil McKenzie. But I think they're professional enough to know what it means to win today, and there won't be any shirking on any player's part this afternoon.
There certainly won't. And again, we've mentioned it before that Wigan do have that psychological advantage. They've actually won 13 of the last 16 meetings between the sides. That's going to take some overcoming in the minds of the Widnes players as Tate kicks downfield. So second half nicely underway now. Here's Steve Hampson, comes onto the ball for Wigan. And in the first half, Wigan took the scrums 5-3. There were none won against the head by either hooker. 6 penalties conceded by Wigan against just 3 by Widnes. And it was the home side who made the most errors, 10 as against 7. And I see that Widnes in this second half have brought Dave Smith on as well, their forward substitute. Ofaya tries to take the catch, and does so. Ofaya cutting inside. That was tremendous from the wingman, who kicks ahead now of Hanley, tries to pick up, and then the fumble. Unfortunate for Widnes and for Ofaya, that. He could have made himself a hero to go. I mean, he's already a legendary figure here, but that one, what a start that would have meant to the second half.
Well, it certainly would have. I mean, he picks it up here and shakes out of a tackle, steps inside another cover defender, and this is where mayhem is now in the Wigan defence. It looks as if they've given up the chase. It wasn't probably the best of kicks. He misses it, and to the delight of the Wigan crowd and the Wigan players, the ball is dead.
Tate sees a good full-back play today from Tate and Hampson, and Tate again carves an opening for himself and comes inside and runs through the middle. What a chance here for Tate! He's got Sorensen alongside him. Oh, and he was caught at the end there by the Wigan man. Preston coming across, but Sorensen is here for Widnes. So is Paul Hume. Fine tackle there by Preston. Terrific running from Tate. I really thought he was going to get all the way, and Sorensen looked to be just there waiting for the pass. Gribble loses it, but he's picked up by Ayres, 5 yards away from the Wigan line. And just as Wigan came storming out at the start of the first half, so Widnes have come out in the fighting mood in the second half. Oh, it's Sorensen, he's made it! That's Sorensen, he's over! He put everything into that. I thought he'd lost the ball, but he somehow regained it, flung himself over. Sorensen, he's not scored in 24 tries, he's got one now.
Well, they've come out, they've run everything at this Wigan defence. This ball was lost the first time, but he secured it, and his strength took him over.
The first try seen him score this season. And what a time for Widnes to go in front for the very first time in the match. His 8th try. Widnes lead 14-12. The kick to come, and maybe the tide is turning.
Well, Sorenson's had a tremendous game already this half. I mean, first half his tackling, his steadying up of his Widnes side, and there's no doubt his influence and Dougie Lawton's talk at half-time really fired the side up to come out fighting, and they've certainly done that.
Wigan have a team meeting. No doubt Ellery Hanley will try to stir them to come back again. Davis's kick is good. Sorenson's try, Davis's goal, Widnes 16, Wigan 12. So there, the ball is swung out to Hanley. Now what can he conjure up for Wigan? If ever his mastery was required by Wigan, it's now. Hanley again, the kick up over the top, a good high kick, troublesome one for Tate, and Hanley tried to take the catch himself. Excellent defending from the Scottish fullback.
It certainly was, under a lot of pressure then, attackers pouring down on him.
Colotto, now he can knock fellas off. He swats them away like flies, as we've seen on so many occasions recently. Tate's got another run, and Tate is really sprightly runner. He's having a super game at full-back. And again, Widnes are trying to spread it. Grimmer, long ball out for a fire. Now, what can a fire do this time? Down the middle he goes. Can they stop a fire? Martin a fire is going to score here and let the full-back Hampson can get it. Hampson's hat-trick! What a super try! The whole of Widnes goes absolutely potty. Martin a fire, yet another hat-trick. He's having the most sensational season yet again, and from the moment he took the ball in his hands, nothing on this earth was going to stop him.
Well, we've seen some magnificent tries, and the build-up to this one is no different. The ball is moved out here, a long pass, a long ball over to a fire. Now this is sheer brilliance. Say what you want, you can't get away from this guy. He's the fastest thing in the game. He's left everything in his wake. Even Hampson can't get to him. A magnificent try.
That was a gold medal winner. Quite extraordinary. 54 tries this season, 117 tries in all now. He still hasn't completed 2 seasons in the game. But he's certainly come out for this one with all guns blazing as a fire. There's the kick now from Davis. Sails wide. So Widnes, trailing at half-time at 10-12, now lead 20-12.
Well, Wigan still desperately trying to move the ball out of the defence. Grimmer is half-held, throws out a long ball to a fire, and everybody in this crowd has waited for something like this probably all their lives. This is a try of tries. He's left everybody for sheer speed. He's gone round Hampson at full-back. A magnificent try.
Byrne, and now Goodway, and Potter, and it's Wigan's turn to come with Preston. Now he's a quick mover as well. Back inside, Widnes fall on it. And now suddenly things are going Widnes' way. That's the way it goes in this game. It can ebb and flow so quickly. Kenzie, now Colotto. And the big man like Colotto running rampant. Colotto, what a fantastic run again. Now Grimmer, and Grimmer, he might just get there himself. 15 yards out, but Colotto, what a season he's had. Grimmer tries to take it on himself. Such Such a stirring, rampaging run by Colotto there at the start of that. The ball here, the loose forward airs, back inside it's Paul Hume. Paul Hume dies over. Widnes have another try. And all of a sudden, it's all going Widnes' way. 3 tries for them in the space of a few minutes here. And maybe the championship is going to stay at Norton Park after all now.
Well, we are seeing so much great rugby now this afternoon. Some of these runs are absolutely marvellous. And Hayes coming in, takes the tackle here. Paul Hume picks the ball off him. What a take, what a try.
And what a build-up, Davey. Colotto's run again proves that he is a man for the future in this game of rugby league. In his first season, he has made his mark.
Well, he certainly has. He's a big guy. He can take on defences. He pushes people off. And the speed in which he goes to the gaps has to be seen to be believed.
2 more points for Widnes. They lead 26-12. And what a turnaround from just a minute before half-time. I really do feel we're privileged to see a performance like this on a day like this, because most people would have expected the game to have been tense and tight and probably low scoring.
I think it's inevitable. There's so many great players on the pitch, they're bound to explode, and we've certainly seen some of them explode this afternoon.
Sorensen is trying to find every part of the anatomy there to bring Shelford down. Oh, dearie me, the tackle by Colotto is off. Colotto is sent off for that. Well, it was a horrendous tackle. Colotto caught him at the precise second, and he's off.
Well, it's from this situation. Widnes know they've got to put it. Potter goes on a run here, and look when it comes over the top. There's no doubt about that. No intention to go low at all.
Ian Potter looking rather groggy. I suppose it would be so appropriate if Widnes won the championship and their match winner turned out to be a fire, because he has been on so many occasions. As a penalty is awarded there for the tackle on Betts in the tackle. Sorensen was the man. So have Wigan still got reserves of energy to come back from this? Widnes 26, Wigan 12. Wigan very much on the attack now. Goodway trying to burrow a way through. Hanley from acting half-back, and they've got hold of him, but Goodway's there at his shoulder. This looks more enterprising from Wigan now. And if they do score, well, Widnes' hearts will start fluttering once more. Dermott is tackled. Goodway. Back inside and look for Hanley. Ellery Hanley stretches over the line. Yet again. He is a wizard, this man. He scores every single time we see him play. Ellery Hanley brings Wigan straight back into this rip-roaring encounter.
Well, and Hanley pushes his way through the defence. And a try, a captain's try. What a player.
Another one for him to savour. He's actually 271 tries in his career now. The most extraordinary modern statistic in the game. And Leiden tacks on 2 more points. So with 15 minutes to go, we have a scoreline here at Norton Park of Widnes 26, Wigan 18. Mackenzie, ball knocked out of his grasp, and there's a knock forward. Detected a half smile on Sorensen's face there. The job's not quite done though. But Widnes again win the ball from the scrum, and Davis, just unable to keep his feet. for Sorensen, and Sorensen again knocks away the tackle. It's inside, and it's going to be a clinching try for Ayres, is it? No! What a fine tackle by Hanley on Ayres. He looked to score it all over there. Sorensen again had made the first burst. Here he is again, Sorensen. He'll keep knocking him up all day. He spins out of the tackles. He's given a manful display as Kurt Sorensen.
Oh, he's been absolutely magnificent.
Led by example, scored a try, done just about everything in this game. Paul Hume couldn't quite get the ball away, and on the last tackle now, well, there could be a Jonathan Davis drop goal, I suppose, here. They're looking to see where he is. But instead, Mackenzie, the second time of asking, wriggles his way over, and that must be the championship for Widnes. The Widnes fans are pouring onto the pitch, and that's a shame. But there is Mackenzie, and what an appropriate player to score the try that surely keeps the trophy here at Norton Park. Phil Mackenzie, 6 tries for him now this season. That's the most vital of them, no doubt. And he's played on with an injury. I think we all know that.
Well, they pounded and pounded away the defence. They were all lined up for the drop kick, as you can see behind. Mackenzie had other ideas. He was knocked down to the ground, but he had enough sense to get over.
And Jonathan Davis, who is going to collect his first medal as a rugby league professional, is about to put the seal on this Widnes win. He does it. The championship is surely going to stay at Norton Park now. Mackenzie's try, Widnes 32, Wigan 18. There can only be seconds left now. Dougie Lawton has done a manful job again this season. He is the best coach in the business, I suppose you would say, having clinched 2 successive championships for Widnes. And it's good to see a club like this at the top. That is it! Widnes have retained the Stones Bitter Championship, their 3rd championship in all and their 2nd in successive seasons. And they deserve it because they've played champagne rugby throughout the season. The players are mobbed as they knew they would be. Wigan go away to their dressing room. And Martin Afire, 3 tries today, 54 in the season. Well, I would think you could say he's going to be a happy man tonight. 9 tries in the match, 3 of them to Martin Afire, and that clincher coming from Phil Mackenzie just close to the end. So a final scoreline of Widnes 32, Wigan 18. The culmination of the season, hard work it may have been, but the glory now belongs to Widnes as Kurt Sorensen, their captain, steps up with his triumphant team, and Kurt Sorensen receives the Stones Bitter Championship trophy from Mr. Bill King, the managing director of Fast Northwest. Joy all around Widnes. Sorensen, surely no man has deserved to hold that trophy aloft more than him. Jubilation here at Norton Park, and each player in turn steps forward. Richard Ayres has had a marvellous game at loose forward. Paul Hume, one of the try scorers. Martin Afire, 3 times we said that he'd crossed the line. Jonathan Davis, the moment for him, the moment of truth, and it justifies his decision to move north, surely. Well, already some of the victorious side are down in their own dressing room, and we can go down there now to join David Watkins.
Well, Widnes left it to the last game of the season, but they've done it this afternoon in style. Some marvellous tries, none better than Martin Afire's. But for me, the Stones Bitter Man of the Match award goes to a player who's done it all: commitment, pride, and captain of the day, Kurt Sorensen. Yeah! Congratulations, sir. Well, you must have enjoyed that. You left it late, but nonetheless enjoyable.
Yes, to say the least. I think we're a bit worried. Well, I was a bit worried early on. They scored first, and we were making a few mistakes. But once we settled down and got into our stride, I think we had the measure of Wigan, and as proven in the second half, we went on with it, even though we were one man down.
Well, it was a masterful performance, and congratulations.
Thanks very much,
Dougie, it's all come right at the end, but there have been a few tense moments, haven't there?
They wouldn't lie down, would they, again, the buggers? Played very well then.
You don't expect them to, do you, really?
No, they're a great side, yeah. But we ain't bad, so quite glad we won, and that's the end of it.
At half-time, you came out and you told us, you got some pretty bad injuries. You must have been a bit fearful then.
Aye. Well, the Shaw Crazy lads, they did well. We did. It's like Dunkirk in here at half-time. We soon could stay on.
That's the test of champions, isn't it?
Yeah. Seems to be our day, doesn't it?
Well, you've scored many tries, but has there ever been a better one than that this afternoon?
I think the only one I could compare to that was probably against Saints last season when we played them really to win the championship. But yeah, it's always good to score tries, especially on big occasions. When people say you can't score on big occasions, so it's obviously good to give an answer to the knockers.
Kiwis do it again.
Kiwi power.
Jonathan, that must make the biggest decision of your life seem very worthwhile, I would think.
Yes, it really makes more than compensate for the British Lions tour. And, it's glad that the tag of nearly men have been thrown out the window.
Although it didn't start too well today, did it?
No, I think the worst possible start. They scored after, in the first minute, and we made it hard for ourselves. But it showed the character in this side and the skill to come back. We won it comfortably towards the end.
And all the Welshmen who came up to watch it today must have been absolutely delighted.
That's right. They were up yesterday, and I think they saw a fantastic game of rugby league today. One that they won't forget for a long time.
Although you've been beaten, I'm sure you can appreciate on a day like this what a magnificent advert that was for rugby league as a whole.
It was. I think there's been a lot of fine games recently, and fortunately there's been a lot of them that have been seen on the television, so the word is spread, and you're talking about two of the best sides in the world that were out there on display today, and I'm sure they didn't let many people down.
The details behind the scoreline, and Wigan's Nicky Kiss had a good day in the scrums. He took them 12-8. He also took the only one to go against the head, but opposite number Phil Mackenzie had a fine game in the loose. In view of the importance of the game, the penalty count was incredibly low, a tribute to the players and referee John Holdsworth. Widnes conceded 7 penalties, Wigan 6. Wigan made 16 errors in play, just one more than the champions. Well now, here is Nick again with the rest of the day's news and results.